you a good person in heart and you know you're a good person, it's time to start guarding your heart by every means necessary. Because when you continue to be nice to people who don't deserve your niceness, your kindness, you just hurting your own self in the end. And the people you being nice and kind to, that sees it as weakness, that's the only thing they see it as, a way they can just continue to use you, abuse you, talk to you any type of way. You know, they feel like they can just benefit from you. They're going to continue to see it as such. They ain't going to change. You shouldn't wait for them to change. They're going to always be that selfish, unappreciative person because that was them the whole entire time. And once you say no, once you put your foot down, once you continue to not tolerate people BS, now you the bad guy. Now everything is on you. Now you the horrible person. Now you the talk of the town. Now you the talk of the family. Now you the talk amongst friends. Now you a horrible human being now when you decide to not put up with it any longer. It's just pointless, guys, to just tolerate anybody's bull crap. And when you're a nice person, when you're a kind person at heart, you got to guard your heart. You can't trust nobody. You can't trust anybody. The only person you can really trust is the Father in heaven. You know, put your faith in Jesus. That's all pretty much you can do. Because these people out here, it doesn't matter how much good that you show them. It don't matter how much good that you do for them. People will not value you, man. They will not value your heart. They will not value you as a human being. And they ain't gonna sure won't value all the things you do for them. It's pointless and continue to giving people chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. Because as soon as you give people, multiple chances, they feel like that you're going to continue to give them a chance. And they feel like that you're never going to put your foot down. So therefore, they're going to continue to use you and disrespect you and take your kindness for weakness. Because they feel like they're going to get another chance. They feel like, why should they have to stop if all you're going to give them is chances? You know? I don't care what you say. You can't pray for a demon to be good. I know you hear a lot of people say, oh, just pray for them. Pray that they act right. Pray that they find deliverance. Pray that they find Jesus. Pray that they repent. That's good and all, but at the end of the day, you can't pray for a demon to be good. It don't matter how hard you pray. It don't matter how good you think you can pray. You can't pray for a demon to be good. And we be thinking demons are the monsters in the scary movies. We be thinking those are demons. You know, that's not the demon. The demon look like me and you. The demon looks like family members, friends, not just people you don't know. The demon looks like people you know. They look like me. They look like flesh. You know, they ain't too far from you. We be thinking that the demon is always somebody we don't know or never seen before. Normally, the demon be people you see every day, probably talk to every day, probably kick it with every day, probably go out with every day. That be the demon, ready to destroy you. As soon as you decide to change your life around, better your life, decide to say, you know what? I want to start walking in the righteous footsteps for God. I want to start living right. I don't want to live in sin no more. I want to do the right things. When you decide to stand out from the bunch, you're no longer a friend. You're no longer a family member anymore. It's like the feelings that they had for you at first doesn't even exist to you when you exist to them. Once you decide to better your life and decide that, you know what, I need to take time for myself to focus on what I need to do to improve my life. to grow my relationship with the Father in heaven. As soon as you decide to say, you know what, I want to better my life, I want to get to, come to Jesus and better my life and get close to the Father in heaven, they think, oh, they start saying that, hey, she's superstitious, he's superstitious, or you think you better than them now. Don't even let it stress you out, guys. That's your time to get the heck away from them, because a lot of these people out here, they delusional. They delusional. They ain't doing nothing with their life, and they want you to do it with them. Life is too short, guys. We got all these wars going on. We got all this madness going on in the world. And we don't know when Jesus is going to come back. We know it soon, because you see all the signs in the Bible, all the things that's uncovering right now, guys. If you pay attention, you see the signs that Jesus is not too far. Jesus is going to come back soon. I can feel it. And I'm sure that you can feel it as well. It's going to continue to get worse. You see what I'm saying? Before it get better. And the only things we can do now is stay prayed up. If you ever came back to Jesus, come back to Jesus, because you can't lose with Jesus. And like I said, I'm not trying to tell people what to believe in. I'm just saying you can't lose with Jesus. If you had to bet your whole entire life savings on somebody, you ain't going to lose with Jesus. That's all I'm saying. I know a lot of people, they get itchy ears when you talk like this, but it's the truth, and the truth hurts. And it seems like this world, man, hates the truth so much that they try to make you feel ashamed for speaking the truth to people. They try to make you feel ashamed and make you feel like you're doing something wrong for telling people the truth. The world want to make everybody be so offensive of the truth. And I feel like that that our leaders in this world have, softened a lot of people up to the point where any type of truth offends them. Like if you try to tell somebody something about, it could be anything, ways to better their life, or, it's time to live better and all that stuff. People get offended at that because people want to live in their own truth, and necessarily your own truth is necessarily not the truth. Just because it's your own truth is, it could be your own head trash, but that don't mean that you're going to be saved at the end of the day, believing in that. That's all I'm saying. And then when you tell people that, they get an attitude about it, but it's the truth. I know a lot of people, they're going to look at my videos and they're going to be like, man, even though they might not like it, they're going to be thinking to themselves, like, man, that dude in that video, he was speaking some real stuff in that video. He was speaking some real truth in that video. He was speaking some stuff that I normally don't hear every day amongst friends and family members. I always heard that an outsider will love you more than a friend and a family member. We got people in our families and amongst friends, they don't really talk about being saved or getting saved, or they don't talk about the Father in heaven or coming back to Jesus. They really don't talk like this, and it's a shame that you got to go on YouTube amongst friends, amongst somebody you don't even know, to hear the truth. Because some of us, man, we only act out of ignorance because of things we don't know, things that's probably not told by friends and family members to us, and then we just go into the world blind and ignorant because we don't hear these things, and all it takes is for a person to sit down and realize, what do you want out of life? What is your purpose out of life? Do you think life is really what you see it? Or do you think it could be much more if you believe in Jesus and into the Father in heaven, and you put your words in his hands? Do you think that it's much more life than what we just see? I'm gonna leave that thought for you to really think about, because sometimes it's best for us to we so busy distracted by many things, we don't take the time out to think about what's best for us and our children. You know, we got to teach these things to our kids, because there's some out here that we can't see that hates all of us, that hate us all. You know, that it's not going to show none of us no mercy if we don't sit and teach this to our kids. You know, spread the gospel amongst our kids. We need to bring our kids, our children, to Jesus. You know, at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, when me and you going, they got to live here. And we know it's going to be a lot worse. Or the least we can do is arm them up with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's the least we can do as parents.